Alright, and at the top right position as the blue Terran, we do have Terror for Team SK, and at the top left as the white Protoss, we have CSG User, who presumably is Dandy. I completely forgot. I should have updated my overlay before we started. Oh well. An attempt was made. Well, no, I guess an attempt wasn't made, but we're making an attempt now. Okay, so I think Dandy is a race picker. I think he normally plays Terran, but he doesn't play TVT. Wow, this is actually really interesting, because just the other day, like last weekend on one of the casts, I was thinking like, you know, are there any Terran race pickers? Because I thought a lot of the Terran players actually did play TVT, but I guess Dandy would be an example of such a race picker. Oh man, this is actually really interesting. Like I think these two guys. I don't know if you guys have seen the recent announcement by Zotac of the $20,000 Americas event that they're holding. But I mean, if you think about it, so that event is only open to North and South America. And I was like, you know, I was talking with a few people, like who are actually the top players from there right now? Because I think the majority of top players at the moment are Europeans. So what actually like top Americas players are there? And I think the first two that came to mind were Terror and Dandy. And I'm not sure who else, honestly, like that are active. Obviously, you know, if you look at historic players, there's a ton. But I'm talking about active right now, playing in tournaments. Like, I haven't even seen Dandy participate in that many. Oh, no, that's not true. He definitely has been playing a few more recently. That's not true. Okay, so these guys are definitely both active at the moment. But I was just trying to think what other, you know, what other top players there are. I couldn't really think of many. Yeah, pretty standard game so far. Interestingly, no scout here from Protoss. I think I mentioned earlier in that funny Medic Marine bust game where you don't actually need to scout that early in PvT. It really doesn't matter that much. Because, I mean, oops, there's nothing really you're scared of in the early game. I mean, sure, you can get BBS'd, but I haven't seen a Terran BBS Protoss in a very long time. I haven't seen a Terran BBS anybody in a really long time, actually. And even if you do get BBS, good micro can usually take care of it. So the next most aggressive build after a BBS, which would be, of course, the barracks supply, cheese in the middle of the map, would be the 2 factory. The 2 factory opening, which you're not going to scout with the probe anyway, because the Marine's going to chase you away. So really the probe scout is mainly just to see where his base is. Okay, yes, you can get into his base, and for example, if you see he's pulled 2 guys off gas, you know he's going for a fast expand and not a 2-fact. So that for example could be helpful. But yeah, I think this is actually fine for Dandy. He didn't actually probe scout at all. He's just gonna Dragoon scout. And look at this. Terror, on the other hand, has actually gone for a double SCV scout. He's super scared of Dandy pulling some kind of cheese. Apparently Dandy won Clash for Char #2, by the way. Did not know that. Oh, looks like we had a little miniature pause action in the game. It seems to just be a 1-gate expand here from Dandy. And of course it is going to be an FD from Terror, since we did see the SCV pull earlier. At least I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. Did he put the guys back? Oh no! Wait, I thought he put 1 or 2 guy back for a second, and it looks like he took him off. Anyway, it is an FD. The second scouting SCV actually, instead of going home, went to the 12 o'clock, so he's going to run in now. And he's going to see the Nexus, so then he'll be pretty confident that nothing crazy is going on here. And that should be fine. It looks like the Dragoon... oh, actually, that might have been the second Dragoon, because there's 1 Dragoon down at the bottom left as well. Okay, so Dandy's going to know where his opponent is. And presumably he'll have 3 goons basically when this comes out. The 3rd goon's a little bit lagging. Is his range on? His range is done. So with good micro, this shouldn't be too scary for Dandy. He really should be poking this. You need to do like hold position micro. He's kind of wasting time. He's wasting free shots here. You can get a lot of free shots when you're moving back. Because with range, the goons outrange the Marines, right? So you can just step back, shoot, step back, shoot. The Marines can't really touch you. It's mainly the tank you have to worry about. and also, you know, worry about the spider mines. But I think Dandy was a little bit too cautious here. I think he could have really punished this attack hard. Now he's got to be careful. You can micro down mines without vision if you're paying attention, which is not like that. All right, just kidding. Why is the Vulture though going down to the bottom right? I cannot fathom. I mean, he knows where his opponent is. Why the hell did this Vulture go here? Is this really some kind of like meta game where he knows Dandy likes to go for cross-map hidden expansions or something? Like, there's one Vulture coming back now. I really can't fathom what this Vulture's doing. Maybe he saw a probe go down this way or something. He wants to kill it. Anyway, expansion up for Terra now as well. So both players happily chilling onto base. All that good jazz. Yeah, looks like this Vulture is just checking all the bases here. Make sure Danny's not doing something sneaky. I mean, Terra seems to really expect something crazy out of Dandy. Because remember, he went double SCV scout in the beginning of the game, and now he's using one of his first two Vultures to go and scout all of the bases on the map. But interestingly, we're not seeing any of that here from Dandy. I mean, the thing is, it's a completely reasonable idea from Terra as well, because Terra is, you know, one of the top Terran players. And even though Dandy's insanely good, in this matchup, I don't know, this matchup is so close. So maybe it's just the thing that, you know, they kind of know each other's styles or something. But Dandy's actually playing super standard. Now, two Vultures might be able to run in here. He needs to block with the Goon. He's not quite going to. He's going to kill one of the Vultures. He might kill both of them. 5 HP left, one probe. Oh no, you can just whack this down. Okay, so nice attempt here by Terra. Sometimes you can catch Protoss with their Goons kind of out on the map. But in this case, wasn't able to. And interestingly, now they're going to run smack into each other in the middle of the map here. Terra being very aggressive off his 2 base. This would actually be super effective if Dandy was going for some kind of greedy 3-base build, but I don't think this is going to be that great with Dandy pumping off 2 bases. Having said that, given that he didn't take a fast third, I feel like from the 3rd and 4th gateway, it might be a little bit slow here. Yeah, you see, he was actually rushing for 2-base Arbiters, so Dandy's gateway count actually wasn't that good, but Dandy actually moving in here, the 2 back siege tanks actually unsieged. I think he saw that with the Ob, so he decided to go in here, but taking so much damage, kills a lot of the supporting units, but doesn't actually kill any of the siege tanks, it seems. Oh man, that is not great. Is that thing still in range? Apparently it's not. That's surprising to me. How is that not in range? Huh. Interesting. I would have thought that would definitely be in siege tank range. Anyway, 8 Goons left. He's moving in. Oh, he's moving back in here. He saw the unsiege again. The Ob's really giving him nice information. Loses 1 more Goon. Still hasn't killed any of the siege tanks, so that's really annoying for him. Does he have speed? No, his speed is just now starting. He hasn't been able to afford going for the Arbiter Tribunal at all, just having to go up to 6 gateways in order to not die. And by the way, Terra's doing all of this off 3 factories rather, but nice move here with the Dragoons, going for the interception. He's got an Observer to protect him from the mines. Looks like a turret being made in the meantime. They're gonna cut off reinforcements. Terra just gonna ignore it and go straight for the attack here. How much damage can this do? Probably not too much with the tank on the high ground, but it will definitely slow down this attack from Terra. But look at the nice position he's grabbing here against the edges of these little water boundaries. Really nice. Looks like Goon's gonna come in and try and clean up some of the stuff in the back. Really gotta be careful not to step on any mines. Oh god, it's not great. And pretty soon Terra's gonna be sieging down the natural nexus. What is? Oh, he's re-rallied everything into his main base. Now getting the Arbiter Tribunal. I mean, he should really go for the busts quickly here. He's got 7 Goons in a flanking position. There go the Zealots. The Goons coming in at the same time. Zealots could potentially get a really big mine drag here. They could do a big mine drag. Looks like it's not quite, but the Zealots are going to close. And now Goons coming in from the back. It looks like a lot of them die. But I think Dandy is going to be able to break out right here. He's going to lose all the Goons from the backside, but he is actually going to do it. I'm not sure why 2 probes are running out. I guess to take his 3rd base. And there goes the last siege tank. So nice breakout here by Dandy, going out right right in time there, just before Terra could really solidify the position with a few more buildings. But it's still 2 base to 2 base, and Dandy really would like to take a third. But he's still going to be facing pressure here from Terran. Looks like a starport on the way for Terra. Interesting, he's still only on 3 factories. He did a really nice bit of aggression there with just 3 factories. It's 6 gateways now for Protoss, plus the Stargate pumping Arbiters. Probe getting ready to take the 9 o'clock base. Vultures getting ready to backstab. It looks like Terra just kind of holding. He's got to be careful not to overcommit though. If you just leave a few random dudes in the middle of the map like this, you can definitely bleed out tanks, which is really not what you need, especially with only 1 machine shop. These tanks are super precious to Terra. I mean, tanks are normally obviously very precious to the Terran player, but especially if you only have a single machine shop that's able to construct those tanks, that is not great. I don't actually see anything researching in here. You can actually delay. Oops. You can actually delay the Arbiter spell research a little bit, because it takes a really long time for the Arbiter to build, and then it needs to get its energy up. So waiting a little bit to actually get that research is completely fine. And it seems that, yeah, Terra's pulling back exactly as I suggested. It's not wise to just leave 2-3 siege tanks randomly in the middle of the map. It's also not wise to have your observer way too far away from your goons. Oh, that's lucky. This guy's not so lucky. What? This guy's also lucky. Oh my god, everyone's lucky. Wait. Oh, 3 vultures running into the main base though. He can actually cloak his dudes. Oh man, is Terra gonna scan this? Ah, that's cute. Ah, I can't see anything. Saved by the Arbiter. Wait a minute. Oh, look at this Dandy. Did go for the secret base at 6 o'clock after all. After all of that super early scouting for hidden bases by Terra, it's actually paid off kind of. And he sees this base. By the way, Dandy's supply blocked at 98 of 98 with over 1,000 minerals and gas in the bank, which is really not great. You can see Terra's macro really a lot better. And that hidden nexus is going to have to be cancelled. Is that a command center? Yeah, 3rd command center already being built. Dropship on the way. I think Terra is in great shape here. He's even up supply, 113 to 97. Although as soon as Dandy spends his money, it should even out a little bit, I think. And it looks like, that might be an off-place nexus actually at the 9 o'clock, because there's 1 mine. So I think this nexus is actually 1 hex to the right of where it should be ideally. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that's 1 too far to the right. Anyway, looks like he's taking the 12 o'clock as well. Wow, he's actually just triple expanded here. I mean, I guess if you're supply block, that's a good way to spend your money, right? His money is now down to less than 200, or it was just a second ago. Looks like more vultures going down just to help finish off this nexus. You gotta be careful though. That's a lot of vultures committed to shut down the nexus. Not very many left in the base, as you can see, although it's still a difficult prospect to break this. Still only a single machine shop, interestingly, by Terra. Not getting, whoa! Gonna be going for quite a few vultures, and possibly a couple of Goliaths to help deal with the Arbiters and shuttles. Meanwhile, the dropship is going in here. He's gonna see the 12 o'clock base being taken. Does Dandy actually notice? His main army is going for an attack here towards the 3 o'clock, but there's no way he's actually gonna be able to break this. And how much damage are these vultures gonna do? The siege tank is at the main base. It's gonna start sieging down these probes. Mines being laid inside the main base. The rally point, by the way, seems to never have been fixed. It's just staying in the main base here of Dandy. By the way, I see at the 9 o'clock, I think that's a lot of vultures hitting the 9 o'clock as well. This is gonna clean up these 2 vultures. Yeah, the 9 o'clock base might also die here, so Dandy just getting shut down everywhere. 10 kills on this siege tank before it finally does fall. And Dandy's in really a horrible position. The 9 o'clock's gonna fall, the 6 o'clock is already dead. This is just killed by vultures. Vultures do not kill buildings very fast. But it looks like we have a recall in the main base. It looks like a recall in the main base. The Zealots actually just gonna focus on the starport, and a lot of Terran units are coming back. 152 supply against 122. The Zealots need to come do something useful. They need to not be attacking the starport. Okay, now they're coming in. He's gonna actually fight an engagement But I think Terra is going to be just fine here. He's got Goliaths as well to help out. Gonna lose a few siege tanks. But that's a pretty big investment by the Protoss. The Arbiter plus all the units that actually went in. And looks like, yeah, 9 o'clock has fallen. 12 o'clock, though, is mining. So in all the commotion, Danny's gotten his third base mining. Terra's still not mining yet from the 3 o'clock, but oh no, oh the probes! Oh, the probes are in so much trouble! It looked like he thought for a second about fighting, but yeah, not against that many vultures. Protoss army now coming in, but a really big blow. 91 supply now for Dandy against 155 for Terra. Oh, nice mind drag though into the vultures. So he's gonna save the Nexus at least, but Dandy is in a pretty horrible position right now. 3 probes left here. Oh my, wait, what? Does he only have 10 probes mining? Okay, no, he's got a few more. Wait, 7 and 7. He's got like 15 probes across 3 bases. He's basically got 5 probes per mineral line. Yeah, that's not good. Let me tell you, that is not great. Interestingly, Terra, though, is pretty much mined out on his main base. So maybe that will do something. EMP now on the way. He seems to also have 2 SCVs stuck at the natural, which is not great. What's this? Alright, we're gonna have another recall. Recall getting ready to go into the 3 o'clock. When's he gonna go? Where's the actual army? Wait, does he even have anything to recall? Wait a minute. Oh, the army's... Okay, the army is here. Here we go. Recall! Hey, that is a big recall, a big boom. Lots of units getting stacked here, though. Dragoon's just bugging out on the SCVs, and oh boy. I mean, he might splash to death some SCVs from the siege tank fire, but that was a complete shutdown by Terror. Oh, man. That did not do anything. That was definitely worse for the Protoss. Lost a pretty big chunk of goons there for virtually no damage. 128 supply now for Terror against just 72 for Dandy. I mean, at least he didn't go double forge. And you got a lot of more anti-recall turrets up here, some more in the middle. You can see Terra just making sure not to die into that. Terra's been on 5 fact for a really long time. He's got a 6th one now, but a relatively low fact count, a relatively low gateway count considering we're, you know, almost 20 minutes into the game. It's been quite a scrappy, constantly fighting game, so they never actually had the opportunity to add that much more infrastructure. Meanwhile, since Tandy took the closer base to Terra, he's actually going to get sieged down very easily here. There's not that much he can do about it without any kind of spells. He needs like the Arbiter spells, potentially High Templar, although I doubt he could afford that at this point. Getting the Storm Research would just be too much. Storm is 200-200. It's pretty expensive. And this could very well be the end of Dandy here. Replenish his probe count a little bit, but now he's going to lose this base almost for sure here. Let's think, how can he actually engage into this? He doesn't have energy for any spells. If he had energy for 1 stasis, he could maybe like stasis 3 of these tanks or something. But anyway, he's moving in right now. The army on the top should be moving in. D-Matrix on the front siege tank is going to soak up a lot of shots right there. And another D-Matrix as well, soaking up so much damage means... Oh god, all the goons at the top getting turned into blue goo as well. Blue goo at the bottom, blue goo at the top. The 12 o'clock base is at 48 supply to 150, and it's gonna be GG here in just a second for Mr. Dandy. Terra just really making sure to stay on top of things, getting another base at the bottom right. Dandy floating a little bit of money, not much more you can do. Seems says, oh, looks like he was too busy typing to actually macro. XK era D plus versus Terran. Okay. I mean, Terran looks better than D plus to me, but you know, I'm not a top player by any means. All right, we're doing some good old chat crafting now before Danny leaves the games. Hey, Eris Kakita. And Terror takes the first match. And guys, I just want to tell you something. You guys were like, oh no, you know, there's 2 walkovers in DM Ice versus SCCB. Oh, that's terrible. You know, why would they do that? Well, guess what? Guess what, guys? There is not a single other game played of this series.